Hello and welcome to another episode of Nintendo Enthusiast Radio. Today we have with me Anthony.
How's it going?
Dakota.
Hey, how's it going?
And myself, Eli. So today we're going to be talking about Nintendo's smartphone strategy. Their recent developments have indicated that Nintendo is willing to embrace a soft smartphone strategy. So Nikkei, of course, released that report about Nintendo releasing demos of their games on the App Store, and of course that was debunked. Nintendo said they wouldn't do that. And today, a recent statement by Iwata said that on smartphones, they're not looking for a profit, they're looking to create consumer awareness. So I guess this is, in essence, going to look for more advertising strategies, all these sorts of things in order to prevent not necessarily profit making. So today I'd like to specifically talk about what strategies they can employ. So one of my ideas was maybe making a Nintendo Direct app in which users could download Nintendo Direct, or it would be like a Nintendo video app. But what it would do is all the YouTube videos that they post, like all the trailers, in addition to the Nintendo Directs, would be posted onto this app. So, what do you guys...
Damn it, Eli. That was mine.
Oh, was that yours?
Oh, I'm sure it was.
Well, I guess since it was your idea, I take it that you agree with this sort of approach.
No, that's a really good idea. Especially like since the way updates are handled on smartphones is like really smart. You just get the little like red like marker up on whatever application you have if there's like an update. So every time they send out a new trailer, you can just go through like your phone desktop, see the red mark, and be like, oh, there's Nintendo like released something new on the video channel. It's actually very seamless. It could work quite well.
Why don't they use an app that's on the Wii U already if they want to try and integrate, some of the infrastructure they already have in place? Why not, like, for example, make the TV app available on your phone, and you could somehow be able to control the channels that you have on your Wii U with your phone, or things you want to watch, things like that. And if Nintendo wants to put any trailers out, they can do it through the TV app. Use the name they already have. And, because people, the Wii U app, the TV version, is the TV app on the Wii U is, one of the best things about the console, honestly. And the fact that it's a universal remote, that's one of the most convenient things about a console that I can think of in recent memory. So.
I agree. I agree that it's very convenient. My only concern about making a Nintendo TV app is that it would take away one of those benefits of owning a Wii U. You have this Nintendo TV app, and now the consumers can use this Nintendo app to kind of like seamlessly use their TV when that's supposed to be one of the main, features of the Wii U.
Well, did Dakota mean more like it would control it only if you have a Wii U?
Yeah, you would have to have a Wii U. I can see that, it takes over the gamepad, but at the same time, it's just another opportunity to use a feature that you may be using with your gamepad when you're not on your phone. Not everybody's on their phone. I know people like to comment that people always have, their faces in their phones, but I think that's an exaggeration. And people that are playing with their Wii U are still going to probably use the TV app if they actually... Because the phone may not be able to be, a universal remote, for example.
Yeah.
Which is part of the TV functionality.
You're right.
So, maybe it could have a unique kind of feature set on the app that's different than what the Wii U offers.
Another interesting thing concerning this app is maybe they could link it to your Club Nintendo account, and they'll already know what games you own, and so maybe they'll be like, people like you are interested in whatever this game is, and, nudge up those Wii U games so that people, actually see what's coming.
Right, exactly.
And so the three of us agree they should never do any sort of actual games on the phone.
Well, I actually had another idea, which kind of integrates that, but not too much. So, you know how you have PlayStation Now, and what they're doing is releasing the old games across a various, plethora of devices. You have the main systems such as PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4 and Vita, but PlayStation Now is also supposed to eventually work on tablets and TVs. So my idea... Now, I've been advocating for this forever, is that Nintendo should make a subscription virtual console service where you pay $50 to $100 per year, unlimited access to virtual console games. And then this would include smartphones. So we already know that there's emulators all over on smartphones. People are already getting these games for free. Now, if Nintendo was to embrace a legal approach where they would, either stream or allow you to download these games from their store onto the devices, so it wouldn't be, of course, new games, it would be older games through the subscription service, I think that would work pretty well for them.
Well, yeah, I think I agree because of how you said it wouldn't just be for smartphones. It would encompass the entire virtual console service, because I would never buy a Nintendo game on a smartphone. My problem with smartphone gaming is no controller.
Yeah.
No buttons or joystick. That's the instant killer for me. I can't, I tried playing, Chrono Trigger on my phone. I can't do it. It's my favorite game. I can't do it.
But if people are getting emulators for free now, and they're picking and choosing their virtual console games for, $2 to $10 a piece, whatever it is, why would they pay for a subscription for an entire year when the Nintendo's virtual console releases are very few and far between the actual titles?
Well,
why would somebody do that?
That's the first hurdle to get over. First, Nintendo has to have a sizable virtual console library.
Step it up,
exactly.
But which we talked about this last week. But of course, once you get over that first hurdle and you have a sizable library, and people are willing, nobody wants to pay $5 for an NES game. But if I have $60 a year, $100 a year for unlimited NES or all their old games, I would of course do that, and that's why I think it would be beneficial. And you've got these emulators. A lot of people aren't specializing in emulators, but people would kind of take the legal approach over the illegal approach. I have lots of friends that own 3DSs, but when I look at them in class, they're playing Fire Emblem on their phone. So,
by the way, I gotta say that the Four Swords discount that was out for the 3DS, and I missed that. Super tight about that. You can get Four Swords Anniversary Edition on the 3DS for free, and I missed that
for 4 days. Yeah,
I was so mad. I didn't have my 3DS with me. I just was reminded of that. So if you guys missed out, you're with me in that club.
Let's see. So smartphones. Anyone else have any other ideas? Because I think I have one more.
Anthony, go ahead.
No, I don't.
I don't know if I'm sold on this subscription model, because is the phone the best place to play every single?
Well, of course,
Nintendo game?
the main idea, as I said, it's be multiple devices, so it wouldn't just be the phone. It would be on the 3DS and Wii U
so
as well.
So if you had a subscription, you would have the 3DS, the Wii U, and then any phone that you can have Wi-Fi access to.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that worth $50 to $100 a year? I could see, again, this brings us back to the fact that Nintendo doesn't have many games on there to warrant that. It would be cool, however, if maybe they did more of those remixes. I know somebody recently wrote an article, maybe they did an N64 remix. That could sort of spur them on to release more virtual console games. We're going to have another remix kind of game come out with a bunch of collections of mini games from different games, and then those games sort of show up on the virtual console. It'd be a cool way to tie it in. Nintendo has to do something just to come out with more virtual console games. I don't know what else they other than just release them. Have a party. I don't care. Do something to release these games.
See, that's the whole thing. That's the whole thing. What it is for me, Eli. It's I like the idea. It's just I don't believe Nintendo's gonna finally step it up. They haven't so far. They need a line out there. They need tons and tons of virtual console games out there first, and they're not doing that.
I agree. Obviously, this would be a future sort of thing, but I just thought it was one of the ideas we could consider. But lastly, there was one more idea I had, and it's another sort of advertising. So I don't really see much advertising at all from Nintendo on smartphones. But if you had, for example, because we know Sega releases games on iPhone, we know Square Enix releases games on iPhone, I think that they should advertise through those games, because that's kind of more of your audience. I don't think that they should be advertising just in general on various, Angry Birds or whatever. But we know that there are Sonic games on iOS, there are Final Fantasy games on iOS. Even The World Ends With You is on iOS, Square Enix game. I think that Nintendo should be putting some of their marketing money towards ads in those games.
Advertisements in the games.
Yeah, within those games, because a lot of games are free, or from these companies because they run off of advertisements. I think Nintendo should be like, every time you die, you see a Super Mario World 3D ad, Because, the goal here is to raise awareness, and I feel like that would be a little better at...
Better get that flame shield ready. I don't know how people are going to feel about ads in their precious Nintendo games.
Well, I mean, that's the point. These aren't these aren't Nintendo games. Yeah, these would be like Sega, and these would be like Sega games and Square Enix games or whatever, or Ubisoft games. They have like Rayman Jungle Run, for example, and they would advertise within those games.
I don't really play phone game like iOS games. Is that a common thing? Can you have it?
Yeah.
Do you see advertisements in phone games?
Yeah, it's a thing, especially on games that are free.
They're like banner ads and stuff that pop down in a lot of games.
Yeah, at the bottom
like, integrated into the actual game a lot of times.
Yeah.
Then again, some of them are.
Not like a commercial, right? Or
No.
Like a billboard, no.
They're like website ads, but I feel like the ad, like a lot of you're missing like a whole market segment when you don't target these people. As opposed to like we know Nintendo does marketing on websites, like even on Nintendo Enthusiast, we have Donkey Kong ads running right now. But I feel like that's a different audience than the smartphone audience, and that's a whole market that they're missing. Especially since I feel most of our audience is already going to buy Donkey Kong, so I don't know. But yeah, I feel like this is a good place to finish up our discussion. Do you guys have any extra finishing thoughts?
Put Smash Bros on smartphones.
Yeah, that's how to sell some
That's
smartphones.
what the world needs.
Oh god, with the touchscreen. Oh, I don't know how that
With Ridley playable.
Alright, so once again, thanks Anthony Dakota for joining me. If you guys have any ideas about any future smartphone endeavors, feel free to leave them in the comment section below, or give us an email to epales, that's EPALES, at nintendoenthusiast.com, and we'll be able to read those on air. Thanks for listening.